In this video, I'm going to explain NEET synopsis and to solve the last 10-year numericals on the topic errors and measurement. First 20 minutes I will explain the synopsis. Next 20 to 25 minutes I will solve the numericals. For more updates, you please subscribe my channel. Hello to everyone. In this class, I am going to explain how to solve the NEET numericals on the topic errors. While determining the any physical quantity of any device by using any one of the instrument. Suppose, let me take one example. You are going to find the length of a device by using the vernier calipers. While finding that one, you may get the different number of readings, and those readings will not be similar in some cases. Such case, the readings are considered as the A1, A2, A3. That is, I have taken up to n number of readings. I have taken up to n number of readings. Means that while finding the any physical quantity of any device, that is, we are going to get the different number of readings. The first reading is A1, second reading is A2, third reading is A3, nth number of reading is AN. Now, what is the error occurred in that physical quantity? That may be due to the personal error, that may be due to the instrumental error. Due to any one of the reason, we may get the error. How to determine that error? To determine the error in that physical quantity, we have to follow some formula. The first one is true value. What is meant by true value? True value is nothing but a mean value only. How to find out the mean value? Mean is nothing but average only. Average of the all the measured values we have to take. True value is nothing but average value only. There is nothing but a mean value only. How to find out the average value? If you have taken the n number of readings, the first reading is A1, second one is A2, third one is A3, nth one is AN. Now we have to measure the average. How to find the average? Add all the readings. Later, divide with the number. How many readings you have taken? How many readings you have taken here? N. So that we have to divide with the n. Suppose if you have taken only 3 readings, with what value we have to divide? There is nothing but 3. If you have taken the 5 values, with what value we have to divide? There is nothing but 5 only. Means that here n is indicating the number of the reading. How many readings we have taken? N number of readings. Means that mean value can be calculated by using the formula A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus up to AN divided by n. N indicates the number of readings. After calculating the true value, we have to go for the absolute error. Absolute error is indicated by the delta A, that is magnitude of delta A. Absolute error is indicated by magnitude of delta A. What is meant by absolute error? Absolute error is nothing but magnitude of these two parallel lines indicates that is nothing but a magnitude of what and what? It is the difference between true value and the measured value. Already we know that what is meant by true value. Magnitude of the difference between true value and the measured value is nothing but an absolute error. Absolute error can be calculated by using magnitude of the true value minus measured value. Already we can calculate the true value by using the above formula. Then here absolute error always it will be positive only. Sometimes we may get that one as a positive, sometimes we may get that one as a negative. Whatever it may be the result, whether it may be positive or negative, but always we should take the magnitude only. Means that if a negative value is there, minus 0.03 is there, our answer must be 0.03. We should not consider the sign of that one. You should remember one point here, while finding the absolute error, we should not consider the sign of that one. We should take a magnitude only. We should take only value of that one only. Absolute error is always positive only. Next one, that is Here, if you have taken the n number of readings, if you have taken the n number of readings, there will be n number of absolute errors. How to find out that absolute error? That is already have given the formula here. First absolute error can be calculated by using AM indicates the that is nothing but a true value only, or else I will say that one as the mean value. Magnitude of the mean value minus A1. A1 is what? First measured value. First reading or first measured value means that first absolute error is equals to mean value minus first measured value or first reading. Next, second absolute error is equals to magnitude of the mean value, or else that is nothing but you take that one as the true value, minus second measured value, that is nothing but A2. Next, similarly, delta A3, magnitude of delta A3 is equals to magnitude of A mean minus A3. While finding the delta A3, we have to take the A3. While finding the delta A2, we have to take the A2. Next, while finding the magnitude of nth number of the absolute error, what is the formula for that one? Magnitude of mean value minus n measured value. N measured value is indicated by what? AN. Next, after finding the n number of absolute errors, we have to go for the third point. There is nothing but mean absolute error. Already we know that one, absolute error. Next, what have to go for? Mean absolute error. Already I said that one. Mean is nothing but average. How to find out average? Here, it is the mean absolute error. Means that we have to find the average of the absolute error. Means that we have to add all the absolute errors, divide with the n number of readings we have added, n number of absolute errors we have added. That is delta A mean is equals to magnitude of delta A1, that is nothing but first absolute error, second absolute error, plus third absolute error, plus up to what? Nth number of the absolute error. Divide by what? Divide by n. N indicating the we have taken the n number of readings. After completion of the mean absolute error, next we have to find out the relative error. Relative error is nothing but it is the ratio of what and what? Mean absolute error and the mean value. If you find out the ratio of mean absolute error and the mean value or its true value, you will get the relative error. Finally, we have to calculate the percentage error. Percentage error can be calculated by using this formula. That is nothing but it is a relative error only, but which is expressed in terms of the percentage. The relative error multiplied with 100 and expressed in terms of percentage is nothing but percentage error. That can be calculated by using the formula mean absolute error divided by mean value or true value into 100, and that will be expressed in terms of the percentage. Then we can say that one as the percentage error. First, what we have to find? True value, that is nothing but a mean value. Next, what we have to find? Absolute error. Absolute or error, always it will be positive only. Even though if the error is negative, but we should take the magnitude of that one only. We should avoid the negative side. Later, find out the n number of absolute errors if there are n. If there are only 3 are there, go for the 3. If there are 4 are there, go for the 4. Next, go for the mean absolute error. After finding all the absolute error, find out the average of all those. That is nothing but a mean absolute error. Later, relative error. Take the ratio of mean absolute error to the mean value. Then you will get the relative error. Next one, percentage error. The relative error only which is multiplied with 100 and expressed in terms of the percentage is nothing but percentage error. Now, after completion of this one, next we will go for the other topic. Now, the combination of errors. Combination of errors means, we know the definition of velocity. Velocity is nothing but the rate of change of displacement. The formula is given by velocity is equals to displacement by time. While measuring the displacement, we have certain error. while measuring the time also we have certain error. Means that here there are two different physical quantities, displacement and time. In the displacement also certain error is there, in the time also certain error is there. These two quantities are having the certain error. Due to these two errors, we will get the error in the velocity. Velocity is the combination of two physical quantities. Those two physical quantities are having the certain amount of the error. Due to that error, there will be presence of error in the velocity. Now, how to determine the error in the velocity? Velocity is nothing but combination of the two different physical quantities. Means that error in the velocity is nothing but a combination of the error in the two different physical quantities. This is the example. Now we are going to understand how to solve the numericals based on the combination of the errors. The first one is error due to addition or subtraction of two different physical quantities. Let me take one example. There are two different physical quantities. One is A and another one is B. Are the two different physical quantities with absolute errors delta A and delta B. A is having absolute error of delta A. B is having absolute error of delta B. Now, when the two quantities are added, we will get the another quantity. We'll get the another quantity that is nothing but x. Then, due to A, certain error is there. Due to B also certain error is there. Due to these two errors, we will get the certain error in the x. That can be calculated. The error in the x is given by delta x. The maximum possible absolute error in the x is delta x. Delta x is nothing but delta A plus delta B. Sum of the absolute errors in A and B. That is absolute error A plus absolute error B. Similarly, if two quantities are subtracted, x is equals to A minus B, again, then the maximum absolute error in x is given by delta x is equals to delta A plus delta B only. Whether you may add the two physical quantities or else you may subtract the two different physical quantities, but always you will get the same formula, that is nothing but delta x is equals to delta A plus delta B. Here also delta x is equals to delta A plus delta B. Means that you may add the two different physical quantities or else you may subtract the two quantities. Always you will get the same formula only, that is absolute error in x is given by delta x is equals to delta A plus delta B. Whether it may be subtraction, whether it may be addition, we have to use the same formula. But what is the final value after adding the absolute error to the original value of the x? We will come to another one. Now the final value of the x after adding the error is, yes, we can calculate the delta x, absolute error in the x, by using this formula. Now when you add this value, what will be the final value? X plus or minus delta x. Error may be positive, that will be positive, or else that will be negative. Means that once we have to add and once we have to subtract, then we will get the variation of the value. That is x plus or minus delta x is equals to A plus B. Two quantities are added and plus or minus delta A plus or minus delta B. Similarly, in the second case, x is equals to A minus B. X plus or minus delta x is equals to A minus B plus or minus delta A plus or minus delta B. You should remember the one difference. When you are going to find the absolute error in the x, that is nothing but a delta x. Delta x in the two cases is the same only. Whether you may add or you may subtract, delta x is equals to delta A plus delta B only. But you should remember the final value. If the two quantities are added, x plus or minus delta x is equals to A plus B, that is plus or minus delta A plus or minus delta B. If two quantities are subtracted, x plus or minus delta x is equals to A minus B. Here A plus B But here a minus b. Why? Because it is subtraction, but it is addition. So what about these two? Yes, there will be no variation. Why? Because always due to different physical quantities, if you have the certain error due to these two, then error will be increased only, but will not be decreased. Next, this is about the error due to addition or subtraction. Next, error due to multiplication or division of physical quantities. Now, x is equals to a into b or x is equals to a by b. Means that here, for the addition or subtraction, we got the same absolute error. Here also the same things. You may go for the multiplication or you may go for the division. Again, we will get the same relative error in the two cases. The maximum relative error in the two cases, that may be multiplication or that may be division. You will get the maximum possible result relative error in x is given by delta x by x is equals to delta a by a plus delta b by b. This is the maximum possible relative error in the x. X is equals to a into b or x is equals to a by b. That is given by delta x by x is equals to delta a by a plus delta b by b. This is the maximum possible relative error in the multiplication or division. You have to use this formula. For addition, subtraction, this one. Later for multiplication or division, we have to use this formula. And the last one is that there is nothing but an error due to error due to a power. Here I have explained addition, subtraction, later multiplication, division. And one more thing is that is the error due to power of a physical quantity. Now, we have taken x is equals to a power n. Now, a is a physical quantity which has certain error. N is the power, that is nothing but a numerical value only. Due to this one, is there error which occurs in the x? Yes, which occurs, that can be calculated. The maximum relative error. Relative error is equals to delta x by x. Delta x by x is equals to n into delta a by a. The maximum possible relative error in the power of a physical quantity is given by delta x by x is equals to n into delta a by a. And you should remember that one. Whether the power may be negative or positive, always here we should take the positive value only. We should neglect the minus sign. Even though if it is minus sign is there, you should not consider that one. We should consider the positive value only. With this one, synopsis of the errors and the combination of errors is over. Next, we'll move to solve numericals, which are from the year 2019 to last one.
First 15 seconds you will see the question on the screen. Later you will see the explanation for that question.
Here is the first question. The question is from the NEET 2019. The given data in the question is that percentage error in A is 1%, percentage error in B is 2%, in C is 3%, in D is 4%. Now, what we have to calculate? We have to calculate the percentage error in X. Now, how the X is related with the ABCD? Yes, in the question itself only, they have given the physical quantity X is related with A, B, C, D in this order. If you observe the given data, you will come to know that whatever the physical quantity X is there, that is related with A, B, C, D in this order. Here, product of or multiplication of two quantities is there, multiplication of two quantities, ratio of two quantities, power of certain physical quantity. Means that here we have to use the two formula. The first one is that error due to multiplication, and another one is that error due to division, along with that one error due to power of a physical quantity. Here error due to multiplication or error due to division, these two are having the same formula. Even though we will use the same thing only, there will be no difference at all. Means that error due to product or error due to division, we have to use the same formula. Here if you observe all these things, whether it may be product or whether it may be division, we have to use the same formula. Error due to product or error due to division is given by sum of the relative errors which are present in the given physical quantities only. Means that we have to add all the relative errors which are present in the given physical quantity which is related with the X. That is relative error in X delta X by X is equals to delta A by A plus delta B by B plus delta C by C plus delta D by D. Now, is there only product of certain quantities and ratio of certain quantities? No. Along with that one, power of certain quantities, the error due to power of physical quantity, that is given by X is equals to, if X is equals to A to the power N, relative error in X is given by delta X divided by X is equals to N into delta A by A. And you should remember one condition: whatever the power is there, whether it may be positive or negative, we should take the magnitude only. We should not consider the sign of that one. Even though if minus 2 is there, you take 2. If minus 4 is there, you take 4. Means that we should neglect the sign while taking the power of that one. Here whatever the N is there, there is nothing but power of the physical quantity. Delta A by A is nothing but relative error in A. Relative error in X is given by N into delta A by A. Now here if you observe this formula, we have taken the sum of relative errors due to the ratio and product of physical quantities. Now what we have to take? We have to take the power of the physical quantity. What is the formula for that one? N into delta A by A. Now already here I have written delta A by A. What is the A power here? A power is what? 2. Now multiply with 2. This one. Next, delta B by B. What is in the power? 1 by 2. Yes. Delta C by C. What is in the power? 1 by 3. You may think that one, sir, it is in the denominator. What you have to do? Yes, it may be in the denominator or it may be in the numerator. Even though if you take this one to the numerator, it will be minus 1 by 3. Already I said that one, whatever the power you are going to take, we should neglect the sign of that one. Means that we should not consider the minus, we should consider the magnitude only. Delta D by D. What is the power in the power of D? That is 3. Okay. Now 2 into delta A by A. Actually in the question itself only they have given the percentage error. They have given in terms of the percentage error. Directly you can take 2 into 1 percentage plus 1 by 2 into delta B by B. That is a relative error. Just you take directly that one as a percentage error. 2 percentage plus 1 by 3 delta C by C. Delta C by C is what? 3 percentage. Again 3 into delta D by D, that is a 4 percentage. Now 2 gets cancelled. 3 1 ja 3. Next 2 percentage plus again 1 percentage plus again 1 percentage plus 3 4 ja 12 percentage. Now add all these 2 percentage plus 1 percentage plus 1 percentage plus 1 percentage. What is the answer? 16 percentage is the right option. Now once again recollect this one. In the question they have given the percentage errors of the different physical quantities A, B, C, D in this way. Now what you have to calculate? Percentage error in X. How the X is related with A, B, C, D? Yes, they have given A to the power 2, B to the power 1 by 2, C to the power 1 by 3, D to the power 3. If you observe this one, here combination of physical quantities in terms of the product is there, ratio is there, power is there. Now here we have to use the two formulas. One is error due to multiplication or division, along with that one error due to power of a physical quantity. Whenever error due to multiplication or division is there, just we have to add the relative errors in the physical quantities. When it is if it is in the power, what you have to do? That is delta x by x. Relative error in x is nothing but n into delta a by a. And you should remember that one, whatever it may be the power, whether it may be positive or negative, we should take the magnitude only, we should not consider the minus sign. Now here in the question they have given in terms of the percentage error. Yes, directly you can take. Why? Because here also we have to calculate the percentage error in x, so that directly you can take that one. 2 into 1 percentage, here 1 by 2 into 2 percentage. After simplification, finally we got 16 percentage. It is the right option for the given question. This question is from the AIPMT, that is academic year 2013. What is the question? Percentage error in A is 1%, percentage error in B is 2%, percentage error in C is 3%, percentage error in D is 4%. Whatever the A, B, C, D are there, those are nothing but physical quantities. They are related with the P, that is the different physical quantity, that is given by P is equals to A to the power 3, B to the power 2, C, D. What you have to calculate? Percentage error in P, that is nothing but delta P by P into 100%. We have to calculate the percentage error in P. This question is very similar to that of the previous one. In the previous one, I have explained how to solve the numerical which is based on the combination of error. Just except the powers, this question is exactly similar to that of the previous one. Now we will solve this one. That is here error due to multiplication, error due to ratio, error due to power. Here error due to multiplication or error due to division, we will use the same formula. I will write that one. What you have to calculate here? Delta P by P. Delta P by P into 100%. Shall I write this one in terms of 100%? You can write is equals to what? Delta A by A. Delta A by A. Here they have given in terms of the percentage or in terms of the relative error. They have given in terms of the percentage error. You can take directly in terms of the relative error, or else directly you can take in terms of the percentage error. There is no problem at all. Okay. Now plus another one is what? Delta B by B into plus delta C by C plus delta D by D. Now here we have taken the sum of the percentage errors, but what about the powers? Have they given any powers to A, B, C, D? Yes, they have given A to the power 3, B to the power 2, C to the power 1, D to the power 1. For CB there is no problem. When they have given the powers, what is the formula we have to use? X is equals to a to the power n delta x by x is equals to n into delta a by a. Yes, again we have to use the same formula only. That is, here, what is the power for A? 3. What is the power for B? 2. What is the power for C? 1. What is the power for D? 1. There is no problem. Now, write the answer. 3 into delta A by A into 100%. What is that one? 1% plus 2 into delta B by B into 100%. What is the value? That is 2% plus delta C by C into 100%. That is 3% plus delta D by D into 100%. 4%. Now 3 1 ja 3% plus 4% plus 3% plus 4%. What is the answer? 14% is the your answer. You may think that one in the previous one just have taken the delta A by A, delta B by B plus delta C by C. Here why have taken the delta A by B, delta A by A into 100%? You may take that one. No need to take that one. Just here I am saying that one. In the question itself only they have given a percentage error. Here also we have to express in terms of the percentage error. Even though if you take delta A by A, there is no problem. But why? Because we will express in terms of the percentage only. So that no need to get confusion. That is here delta P by P into 100%. This is nothing but percentage error. Or as you can take a delta P by P only. Why? Because here also 100%, here also 100%. There is no problem at all. Okay. What is the answer for this one? 14%, and choose the right option. Now the question number 3. The question is from the AIPMT 2010. Did you read the question? Yes. From the given question, we can take the data, that is percentage error in a distance is A1. They didn't mention any value, but that is indicated by certain symbol, that is A1. Next, percentage error in a time T is given by A2. Here also they didn't mention any value. Now what you have to calculate in this question? Calculate the percentage error in G. That is nothing but delta G by G into 100% is equals to what? And along with that one, initially the body is at rested. If the body is at rested, initial velocity is equals to 0. What is the question? A boy or a student has dropped a body from a certain height. Now he is going to calculate the distance traveled by the body. Distance traveled by the body. When he is calculating the distance traveled by the body, in the question itself only they have mentioned, initially the body is at rested. Let me consider one example. Now I am going to drop this body. Just you can say this one, whether the body is at rested or motion state initially rested before dropping that one. So that initial velocity will be equals to what? 0. Initial velocity u is equals to 0. What the student is calculating? Distance. To determine the distance traveled by the body, what is the formula? That is nothing but S is equals to ut plus at square by 2. A is nothing but acceleration. Which acceleration we have to consider here? Acceleration due to gravity. Due to gravitation, there will be certain increase in velocity. That increase in velocity with respect to time is considered as the acceleration due to gravity. Here that is gt square divided by 2. Here we have to take the plus g or minus g. Plus g only. Why? Because there is increase in velocity or decrease in velocity. When the body is dropped from a certain height, there will be increase in velocity. So that we have to take that one as the plus c. If the body is thrown upwards, then we have to take the negative acceleration. Why? Because there will be decrease in velocity. But here the body is freely falling, so that we have to take the positive acceleration. In the question they have mentioned u is equals to what? Initial body is at rested, so that the initial velocity is equals to what? 0. If you substitute this one, s is equals to u U is equals to what? 0 plus g t square divided by 2. Now 0 into t, 0. Now 0 plus g t square divided by 2. Again you can make that is 0 plus means that is nothing but g t square by 2. Here we have to calculate the distance, or we have to calculate the percentage error in g. We have to calculate the percentage error in g, so that we have to make the equation in terms of the g. So that if you take 2 LHS, what it will be? 2s. If you take a t LHS, what it will be? Divided by t square. That is equals to what? G. Now g can be written as 2s divided by t square. Now what have to calculate? Percentage error in g. Percentage error in g. That is nothing but delta g by g into 100% is equals to what? Here again, combination of errors due to what? Ratio. Only ratio. No, along with the power is there. You may think that one, in the previous one, there was no proportionality constant, there was no constant. Powers were there, power is not equal to constant here. Here proportionality constant is there, 2 is there. We should take that one. You should remember one more point. Whenever they have given proportionality constant in any equation, we should not consider them when you are finding the errors. You should remember one point. While finding the error due to combination of physical quantities, take the powers. But whatever the values are there which are multiplied with their physical quantity, we should not consider them. Whatever the proportionality constant or whatever maybe the values are there, we should neglect them. You should remember this point. Now you can make what is the formula for this one? Delta s by s plus delta t by t. Here, what is the power for t? That is nothing but a 2. That's 2 into. Now, have they given the relative error or percentage error? Percentage error. So that you can express this one in terms of the 100%. You can express this one in terms of the percentage. In the previous itself only I have explained, that is you can take a relative error or you can take percentage error, there will be no problem. If you take here percentage error, here also take the percentage error. If you take here relative error, here also you go for the percentage error. What is the formula here? Delta s by s into 100% plus delta t by t into 100%. Now here delta s by s into 100%, that is nothing but a percentage error in the distance. Percentage error in the distance. Delta t by t into 100%, that is nothing but percentage error in the time, that is indicated by E2. But here before this one, s by t, here s to the power 1, there is nothing it is to consider for the s. Why? Because there is only 1 is there. But for the t, for the time, what is the power? 2 is there. So that what have to consider? Yes, we have to consider 2 into. Why? Because x is equals to a to the power n. What is the formula? Delta x by x is equals to n into delta a by a. In the previous one also I have explained. But you may think that whatever these two we should not consider. We should not consider this one. Whatever it may be the proportionality constant values, so we should not consider them. But we can consider the values which are in the powers of the certain physical quantities. So that we should not write here 2. Delta s by s into 100%. Percentage error in the distance is given by what? E1 plus 2 as it is. Percentage error in the time, that is given by what? E2. So that percentage error in G is given by what? E1 plus 2 E2. Once you recollect this one, they have given the percentage error in the distance, that is S is given by E1. Percentage error in the time is given by E2. What you have to calculate? Percentage error in the G. Initially the body is at rested, so that initial velocity is equals to 0. And the body is falling from a certain height. The student is going to calculate the distance traversed by the body. To calculate the distance traversed by the body, what is the formula? S is equals to ut plus gt square by 2. Here u is equals to 0, so that this term will be 0, and we got S is equals to gt square by 2. We need the percentage error in g, so that we have to express this equation in terms of the g. G is equals to what? 2s divided by t square. Now what you have to calculate? Percentage error in g. Percentage error in g is given by delta g by g into 100%. And here ratio of 2 are there. Ratio of 2 means combination of errors due to a ratio, means that what you have to take, that is sum of the percentage errors which are present in the two physical quantities. Sum of the percentage errors. Here for the t power 2 is there, so that again we have to use one more formula. X is equals to a to the power n. Relative error in x is given by delta x by x is equals to n into delta a by a, so that we have used that one, 2 into delta t by t into 100%. You may think this one, we didn't take the 2 for the s or 2 for the t. Why? Because this is the proportionality constant. While determining the errors, we should not consider the proportionality values. Okay. Next we will move to the fourth question. Now the question number 4. The question is from the year AIPMT 2008. From the given question, you can take the data, that is percentage error radius R is 2%, percentage error in volume of the sphere we have to calculate. They have given the percentage error in radius, that is nothing but R. The value of that one is nearly 2%. What you have to calculate? Percentage error in the volume of the sphere. Is there any formula which is related with the volume with the radius R? Is the volume of the sphere V is equals to what? 4 by 3 pi r cube. 4 by 3 pi r cube. 4 by 3 pi. These two are the proportionality constant. That is nothing but 4 by 3 pi. If you multiply with that one, pi, you will get certain value. That is nothing but a proportionality constant only. Already I said that one in the previous problem. While determining the errors, we should not consider the proportionality constant. We should neglect them. We should consider only physical quantity. Here pi is not the physical quantity. 4 by 3 is not the physical quantity. This is nothing but a proportionality constant, means that while determining the errors, we should remove the, or else we should neglect the proportionality constant. Now what we have to determine? Percentage error in volume. Delta V by V into 100% is equals to 4 by 3 pi is the proportionality constant. But here it is not the ratio of, or else it is not the multiplication, it is the power of the physical quantity. When they have given power of a physical quantity, x is equals to a to the power n, relative error in x is given by delta x by x is equals to what? N into delta a by a. In the previous three problems we have used this one. Here 4 by 3 pi is the proportionality constant, neglect that one. Then what is the power here? 3 into delta r by r into what? 100%. As it is 3 into percentage error. Is not the relative error. Percentage error in radius is what? 2%. 3 into 2 is what? 6%. So your answer is 6%. The question is very simple. They have given the percentage error in radius. The value is 2%. We have to calculate the percentage error in the volume of the sphere. Volume of the sphere is given by 4 by 3 pi r cube. 4 by 3 pi is not the physical quantity. That is the proportionality constant. So that we should remove them. While determining the errors, we should remove the proportionality constant. We should not consider them. So the volume is equals to, that is r to the power 3. When we have given the power of a physical quantity, what is the relative error? Delta x by x is equals to n into delta a by a. Even though you can take this one in terms of the percentage also, that is nothing but just multiply with the 100 and express in terms of the percentage. So here delta V by V into 100 percentage, that is nothing but percentage error in the volume is given by delta R by R into 100. But here with the R, what is the R to the power 3 is there, so that we have to multiply with the 3. 3 into delta R by R into 100 percentage. 3 into 2 percentage, that is equals to what? 6 percentage. This is the right option for the given question. Next, I will move to the question number 5. All of you read the question number 5. You only try to solve this one by observing the 4 questions. You can clearly, I hope you understood this one. If you have any doubts, you put a comment below the video. Surely I will respond to that one. And you try to solve the 5th question, you will get the right option. And if you have any confusion, again once again you observe the video, you will get clarification. Thank you. With this one, the topic errors is over. Next, I will move to the next topic.